Hello to everyone. We are here today to talk about goal number 6, clean water sanitation. Before starting answering questions, we would like, teacher Isa and me, we would like to show you a short video about water and its fundamental importance in our life. Okay, I'll share it. I'll try to share it. Okay, share the sound. Can you see it? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
We can start.
Water is everywhere. Tiniest cells in our bodies to vast oceans. Life on Earth, people, animals and plants depend on it. Oceans, rivers and lakes play a vital role in ensuring a healthy environment and a stable climate. Our quality of life and health also rely on our natural water cycle, bringing with it a clean supply of water. We drink water, bathe with it, and brush our teeth with it. All of the food we produce and eat needs clean, fresh water. But the way we have been using and treating this valuable resource has had severe negative impacts on our health and the environment. In some cases, we extract large quantities for one activity, limiting what is available for other needs, including for nature. Pollutants from agriculture, industry or transport released into nature can end up in water and harm us as well as animal and plant life. From industrial pollutants to chemicals used in agriculture, single-use plastic bags, microplastics in personal care products and even household waste, it can all end up in the sea, ultimately affecting us all. And climate change is expected to add more pressures on this valuable resource. But it doesn't have to be this way. We can improve the way we use and preserve our water. From banning the use of microplastics to reducing the use of harmful chemicals or switching to more efficient irrigation methods. Reducing water consumption at home, eating less meat, phasing out single-use plastics, and recycling and repairing instead of throwing items in the garbage. There are many ways we can all help preserve one of our most important natural assets. Water is life. We can all do our part to protect it.
Okay. I hope you liked it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very short and effective. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so now we can go on starting answering our question. I will share them on the screen, of course. Here they are. Tell me if you can see them.
Yes, we can see it. Madam.
Very well. Okay. So let's start with question number 1. Do you want to start, Isa?
Yes, of course, Adele. Yes, go on.
If you want, otherwise, can you read it? Okay, much better now. Allora, okay, number 1. What do you think water pollution is caused by and how? Who want to start answering? You can raise your hand if you want, or otherwise, I don't know. Elena, do you want to start? Hello. Ilaria, do you want to start answering number 1?
Students, we are waiting for you.
Hi, everyone. Yes,
Hi.
I can answer.
Hi.
Okay, so water pollution can be caused in a number of ways. One of the most polluting being city, sewage, and industrial.
Now we can't hear you now. Ilaria, we can't hear you. Ilaria, maybe
Ilaria's microphone is closed.
okay, now is okay, it's working. Okay, go on.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Water pollution can be caused in a number of ways. One of the most polluting being city sewage and industrial waste discharge.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Elena?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, go on.
Water pollution is mainly caused by industries which daily dump chemical in the river, like lakes and seas.
Okay, thank you. Isaac, can you see some of your students? Because I can see only three of us.
Yes.
Okay.
Students are here.
Celine,
Rabia.
maybe
Yes.
raise her hand. Please, if you want, you can start answering.
Aseline, you may go on.
Yes.
Okay, I think that water pollution occurs as a result of people throwing waste from factories or various industrial wastes into water.
Okay, thank you. Rabia? Or yes, Rabia, yes.
Around the world, agriculture is the leading cause of water degradation. In Germany, agricultural pollution is the top source of contamination in rivers and streams, the second biggest source in wetlands, and the third main source in lakes. It also a major contributor to the contamination of estuaries and groundwater.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Irmak, I don't know if I pronounced well the name.
Yes, you pronounced it right.
Okay.
If I would say, I would probably go with insensible consumption and toxic spending habits of the population for water pollution.
Okay, thank you. Edin?
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Direct and indirect pollutants are among the main causes of water pollution. Direct sources are factories, refineries, and treatment plants. Indirect sources of pollutants include soil, groundwater systems, and pollutants that reach the water source through rainwater. Although the type, reason, and speed of the pollutants vary, the main polluting factors can be listed as follows. Toxic substances leaking from corroded old water pipes, wrong pesticide use, wrong fertilization, industrial waste, non-recyclable garbage, oil leaks, radioactive waste, and so on.
Okay, thank you. Next one. Isaac, can you help me? What is the name? Maybe Akin, I don't know. I don't know, is the name of the school or is...
Ekin is my student. She has
okay.
a problem with her microphone, but
okay.
I think she will send her message from
okay.
chat part.
Okay, yes. And what about...
Ece.
Yes, Ece, okay.
Hello, first of all.
Hello.
Water pollution is mostly caused by, like industrial waste that is mostly dumped in the oceans, which then reaches the lakes and rivers and stuff where people use the water from, as well as, like, I think a teammate said, agricultural waste, because of global warming, farmers don't really get regular rains, which makes them harder to water the crops, and then they turn to either overusing water or using fertilizers or pesticides or stuff like that, which also pollutes the water. And that's what I think about.
Okay, thank you. Again, I'm reading your answer. Thank you. I think we can go on with question number 2. What are the sanitary conditions and why should we apply these conditions? Francesca? Are you there? Do you want to answer? Or Angela? Okay, Angela, yes, if you want, you can start.
Sanitary condition is the state of being clean. Having clean water and sanitation means being able to avoid the exposure to countless diseases. Every year, millions of people die from diseases caused by inadequate water supply, sanitation, and hygiene.
Okay, thank you, Angela. Other people? I can see other.
Damla, would you like to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Damla, are you there?
I think the connection is not so good, really. Elena, Ilaria, I don't know, Francesco, or...
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Go.
Sanitation reserved to public health conditions related to clean drinking water and treatment and disposal of human extract and sewage. Sanitation system aim to protect human health by providing a clean environment. In the present area, the source of drinking water are more difficult to reach and are more easily subject to pollution and contamination.
Thank you. Next. A volunteer. They are all silent.
Rabia? Damla has a problem with her microphone. Damla, you can share your, no problem.
Yes.
You can share your answer from the chat part. Yes. And Rabia, what about you?
Okay, yes.
Rabia.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. Safe drinking water, sanitation, and hygiene are crucial to human health and well-being. Safe wishes to livelihood, school attendance, and dignity, and helps to create resilient communities living in healthy environments.
Okay, thank you. Alessandra? Alessandra too?
Yes, Hi. Sanitation in Japan highlights the country experience is achieving universal access and governance in sanitation. The publication emphasizes government's role as pivotal in laying the groundwork and rallying the public in support of achieving clearly defined sanitation goals. The enactment of relevant policies, guidelines, and legal instruments pertaining to various aspects of wastewater management enable the Japanese government to commit and bolster its resources toward implementing various wastewater management intervention across the country.
Okay, thank you, Alessandra.
Thank you.
We'll go on with question number 3. What do you say?
Okay.
Okay, so why are clean water and sanitary conditions important?
Ece, would you like to share your ideas with us?
I would, okay. Clean water and sanitary conditions are important because there have been many disease outbreaks in the past, such as dysentery and cholera, which have been caused by, unsafe drinking water. And aside from that, clean water is also important for proper agriculture to develop and also, proper industries to develop, because bad water can cause many harms to many crops, which are the main, God, how do I explain this? Main source of income and, their food supplies for many, many people, for everybody, of course. And unsafe water and the usage of unsafe water would cause people harm because it would not be causing very safe agriculture, and the crops would probably be affected very poorly from that, which we've seen in the past for sure.
Okay, thank you, dear. Next, Ilaria?
Yes.
Okay.
So having clean water and sanitation means being able to avoid exposure to countless diseases. Every year, millions of people die from diseases caused by inadequate water supply, sanitation, and hygiene. There are more consequences. For instance, children die from preventable illness, and health systems are overwhelmed, and the national economies suffer.
Thank you, Ilaria. Elena?
Oh. Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Water supports life, but clean, drinkable water defines civilization. The achievement ensure a dramatic improvement in the quality of life and longevity in some of the poorest countries in the world.
Thank you.
Mark, would you like to go on?
I think someone else should go.
Okay. Aselin, maybe.
If we don't have clean water, we can get sick because of the water we drink. Maybe we can get kidney diseases because we can't find water. We can't clean our body, and therefore we can get various diseases. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Number 4, do you have enough water in your country? Mark?
Okay, so my country is Kenya. And as I have read, it says that only 60% of Kenyans have access to clean water. So I'm going to say no.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Alessandra? 2, if you want. Or yes, Alessandra, you're there? Otherwise,
yes.
So,
In Japan,
yes.
In Japan, the spread rate of water supply system is about 97%, which means that Japan has achieved a reasonable supply of safe and drinkable water. In recent years, however, increased consumption of mineral water and popularization of water purifiers for domestic use reflect a growing social interest and demand for safe and tasty water for drinking.
Okay, thank you, Alessandra. Aselim?
I picked Kenya as a country too. There is water scarcity in Kenya. Sometimes people can face water shortage, and this makes their life difficult. Although there are water resources in Kenya, Kenya has a water problem because these resources cannot provide the country with an equal amount of water.
Okay, thank you, dear Aselim. Edin?
Pardon, my country is Turkey.
Okay.
Contrary to the general perception, Turkey is neither a country rich in fresh water resources nor the richest country in its region. Turkey is situated in a semi-arid region and has only about 1/5 of the water available per capita. Water demand in Turkey approximately has doubled in the second half of the last century. The overall water demand in Turkey continues to increase, even more in the light of the effects of drought or climate change.
Okay, thank you. Okay, probably the timer is going to finish in 10 minutes. Okay, but we can enter the meeting again. Where does, so I'll ask question number 5. Where does your country meet its clean water needs? Francesca?
Rabia,
Rabia,
Francesca.
yes.
Just speak, please.
Yes, quickly. Hello.
I think you did your all research well.
Yes.
And you had the guided questions, so you should be ready.
Yes.
Rabia?
Or Irmak, if you want, you can start. Edin?
I can just say that in Kenya, the water resources are usually very unimproved. It's usually like ponds or wells and rivers, not anything a lot sanitary or anything that has any control over it. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Ilaria?
So the republic's so I show the island. So the republic's drinking water beings its journey as a raw natural and in springs, rivers, and lakes. About 18% of our drinking water is gathered from rivers and lakes. The remaining 20% from springs.
We can't hear you anymore because your microphone is not on. Ilaria? Okay. Celine? Okay. Now I can hear you. If you want, you can finish.
I finished my...
Okay, but we couldn't hear you very well. Celine?
Kenya meets its water needs by collecting rainwater in dams built by the villagers. By the way, rainfall is low in Kenya, and some establishments bring water by tankers, and it's not enough.
Okay, thank you, dear. And Alessandra?
Hello. France has improved their water quality through piped household connection, public taps, tube wells, protected dug wells. With these new improvements to the water quality in France, the country continues to find solutions for clean and drinkable water.
Okay, thank you, Alessandra. Number 6, what preventions are your country taking for future clean water shortages? Elena?
Yes, tap water in Malta is health drinkable. It doesn't contain bacteria, but is partly produced by a desalination process. The seawater is desalinated and therefore fed with the result that the water tasted bad and is indigestible because it is highly chlorinated.
Okay, thank you. Eche?
The first prevention that comes to my mind when someone says what preventions are countries taking, it would be, collaborating with UNICEF to grant people more access to clean water and water features and stuff. Kenya, for example, Kenya has been working with UNICEF for a while, and UNICEF has provided water facilities for over 600 schools in 2020 alone in Kenya. Also, they found that more and more child deaths could be prevented if there were more access to clean water supplies in Kenya, which points to the fact that there should be more preventions that should have been taken. Like nothing can be enough for now.
Okay, thank you. Rabia?
A cycle that makes good sense. Over 96% of wastewater from private households and public institutions in Germany is channeled to sewage treatment plants for purification. No other European country treats as much wastewater for reuse.
Okay, thank you. Number 7, how can we manage all the people in our country to reach clean water resources? Francesca? Are you there? Or Angela? I don't know. Irmak, okay, if you want, you can start.
I'm talking a lot today. All right,
Yeah.
So since the water level of the world doesn't change at any time, since we have the same water that the dinosaurs use. So I think the best way to manage water resources are purging centers and cleaning, disinfectation. So the countries doesn't actually need to create water out of thin air. They just need to take the water that's unusable and make it usable. So cleaning stations, I would say.
Okay, thank you, dear Irmak. Eche or Rabia? I can see your hand, right?
One solution would be to encourage countries with a higher income to help those with lower incomes, such as the ones in Africa, where there's a lot of, water-based problems. So yeah, I think a global alliance is important in dealing with issues like this because, like Irmak said, you can't really create water out of thin air, but there's still so many people that need it. I think global congresses should be held to discuss the importance and usage of water. Water, yes, and that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Anyone else? Alessandra, go.
In France, to reach clean water resources, we can optimize cooling towers and eliminate single-pass cooling.
Thank you, Alessandra. Aseline?
We can provide financial support to the country for the underground water resources in the country to be brought to the surface. We can cover the fees of the tankers sent to bring water to the country.
Thank you, my dear. Angela? Would you like to answer? Angela? Okay. Number 8, what can we or government do to prevent water pollution? Ilaria?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I try. Pollution control measures undertaken by governments can include regulating factories based on laws and ordinances and maintaining and constructing additional sewerage lines and sewage treatment systems. Government can help water by using the most efficient water system in sea conservation.
Okay, thank you, Ilaria. Anyone else? I can see just some names. So number 8, what can we or government do to prevent water pollution? Start raising your hand again, because not all together, please. Celine, do you want to answer? Or Alessandra too? I don't know. I can see just Celine and Alessandra too.
Rabia, maybe
yes.
you can.
Oh, Rabia, yes.
Yeah, true.
Edo, I think, I don't know. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We are waiting for you.
Ah, yes. Okay, good.
Genau.
Yes.
Okay. Governments can engage. Okay. Government with business assessment companies first and enter the world. English of 3% promote trust and on water footprint.
But we can't hear you very well, really. There is a problem, maybe. Anyone else? Ilaria? I don't know.
The number 8 or 9?
Yes, number 8, yes.
Should I repeat it? Because I heard.
Okay, yes. No, okay, sorry. I didn't remember. Elena or Francesca?
Yes, teacher. To reduce water pollution in the world, we can use biodegradable materials, limit the use of plastic, try to limit the production of waste as much as possible, use natural detergents so as to avoid chemical detergents with frog the sink would contaminate the underground water. If you have a garden, use only natural fertilizers and herbicides.
Okay, thank you, Elena. Next. Rabia, go.
Governments can engage with business and establish mechanisms encouraging companies to be transparent in their water use. Creating legislation to promote product transparency is one example of this.
I'm so sorry, but
okay, don't worry. If you want to know, you can answer question number 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yes, what can we or government do to prevent water pollution?
Yes, allora, government can engage with business and establish mechanisms encouraging companies to be resources efficient and transparent in their water use, creating legislation or voluntary agreements per sector to promote product transparency and disclosure on water footprint is one example of this. Government can also engage with their citizens, raising their awareness of the water footprint or their consumption and the ways to reduce it. If we want to help keep your water clean, there are many things we can do to help. You can prevent water pollution of nearby rivers and lakes, as well as groundwater and drinking water by following some simple guidelines in your everyday life.
Thank you. Number 9, why is it so important to use clean and regular water? Angela, are you there? Or Francesca? Alessandra, okay, yes.
It's very important to use clean and regular water because our life depends on clean water. Also, our economy depends on clean water. Thank you.
Thank you, Alessandra. Rabia?
Our Cherry's way of life depends on clean water, healthy ecosystems, provide wildlife habitat and places to fish, paddle, surf, and swim. Our economy depends on clean water, manufacturing, farming, tourism, energy production, and other economic sectors need clean water to function and flourish.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Next, raise your hand. Francesca, are you there? I called you before, but I can't hear you.
Ece, Aselin,
Ece,
Damla.
I'd
There are
like
very
to
few
actually-
students.
Yes.
I'd like to answer the next question if possible.
Okay, Ece.
Okay. So question number 10. What can big firms and trademarks do about clean water and sanitary conditions?
Big firms and trademarks have, more money than they could possibly use in their entire lifetime. So they could certainly fund some projects that help countries with less income to, have more access to clean water and sanitary solutions. They could work with organizations such as UNICEF and, organizations like that to help poorer countries have more access to water because, to put them in their perspective, they're kind of losing customers, aren't they, with people dying from, unhealthy usage of water. So it's a win-win for them anyway. That's what I think, at least.
Okay, thanks. And Elena?
Yes. Large companies and brands to support clean water and sanitation can create a list of goals to be active to promote sustainability.
Okay. Alessandra? 2.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Allora,
yes.
big firms, allora,
Yes.
1 minute, but
Yes, don't worry.
Big firms can avoid chemicals and other materials that can be harmful to water quality or ensure that the staff has a decent human life outside the workplace together with hours about hygiene practices. This, beside other benefits, will also improve the productivity.
Okay, thank you. Number 11. What responsibilities can we take regarding clean water and sanitary conditions? Rabia? I know. It's your night tonight.
Rabia, are you there?
We're a student. Or Ece, or Elena, or Ilaria, or Francesca, or Ali1, Ali2. Aseline, yes, good. Go.
The clean water resources in the world have already started to decrease. If this continues, clean water resources will be depleted in the next years, and human life becomes very difficult. So we should avoid wasting clean water. For example, we should keep the water completely closed while brushing our teeth. And maybe we shouldn't wash our dishes by using tap water. We should use our dishwasher. like that.
Okay, Ilaria.
We can do a lot of things. For example, only start the dishwasher when it is full, reduce flash water consumption by installing a low water toilet, and turn off taps when not in use, even if only for a few seconds.
Thank you, Ilaria. Alessandra?
When clean water is guaranteed, the communities are healthier and more resilient. Without clean water, illness are common and can prevent children from absorbing key nutrients.
Thank you. What are the number 12? What are the issues that consumers should pay attention to while consuming water? Ilaria?
Number 12.
Yes.
Okay. Consumers should pay attention to some simple things. For instance, don't let your water consumption run out of control. Set a timer on your phone to keep your showers short. And sweeten water saving, washing a few machine load of clothes.
Alessandra, too? I can see
Yes,
your hand.
yes. Communities, citizen groups, and individuals can take an active role in protecting the drinking water resources from contamination. We can take everyday action as, for example, using and disposing of harmful materials properly or thinking twice about lawn and garden chemicals.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, go.
The consumers can just follow some simple but very effective precaution. Close the tap when not needed. Take a shower and not a bath in the tub. Use the toilet drain correctly. Use running water only when needed.
Thanks, Elena. Number 13. What should we do to preserve our water resources? Elena, would you like to go on answering also number 13?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Not only do we need to consume less water, but also become more efficient with what we use.
Okay, thank you. Ilaria?
Yes. So wait a minute. Okay. To preserve our water resources, we can dispose of chemicals properly, limits the amount of fertilizer used on plants, use of efficient watering systems such as drip irrigation and sprinklers to reduce water consumption by plants and help in the conservation of water, building dams and hydropower projects, which help in checking flood and regulating the supply of water.
Thank you, Ilaria. Aseline, Ece, or someone else? I don't know.
I can answer.
Okay, go.
We can turn off the taps while brushing the teeth, take a shower instead of a bath in the tube, and save your dirty clothes and wash a full load of clothes in the washing machine.
Okay, thank you. Ece?
I think farmers should be educated on how to water their crops properly, so they could actually use the natural water that's, being handed to them by Mother Nature instead of using clear water that could be used by humans for their consumption. I also agree with points made about plant fertilizers.
Okay. Number 14. What can we do to have sustainable clean water resources? Eche, do you want go on also answering number 14? If you want.
Sure, but I don't have much to add. I think I could agree with most points that were made in the previous question about, you know, not using water unless it's completely needed and keeping the sink not running while brushing your teeth. So yeah, I think most of these points have been being taught to us since like elementary school. It's kind of sad to not see them get applied. But anyway, yeah, I don't have much to add about that.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Ilaria? Ilaria? Oh, now I can see you.
Less an year to meet current and future water demands, increased attention should be given to precautionary approaches such as innovative uses of
And what about Edin?
We can reduce waterless toilets.
Sorry. No, we can't hear you well. No.
Okay, my line doesn't work.
Yes, but now we can, if you want to finish what you were saying. Just the last line, please.
Okay. So we can reduce water use through waterless toilets, efficient heating systems that are leak-free and well insulated, provide a network that is reliable and help to limiting water waste and water.
No, we can't hear you again. Okay, thank you, Ilaria. What about Edin? There is late, I think. It's very late.
Edin, can you hear us? I think he can't.
No, okay. Okay. I think we can go on sharing our Padlet so our students can add the solution.
Yes, dear students, thank you for your answers and good research. And let's add, it is time to add your solutions to the Padlet link. We are really curious about your solutions, your ideas, creative ideas.
I share it also.
The background is very meaningful, dear Adel.
Okay. Chat. Okay. So, dear students, if you want, you can click on the link that is in the chat, okay? And start adding your solution. Okay, they are starting.
And meanwhile, I have a question to you.
Yes.
You know, we have wars all over the world for petrol and gas. And I wonder if you think in the future countries will fight for water.
I really hope
they won't.
Yes,
but
of course, because as we can see, peace is always the right solution for everything. We should talk and find the solutions. War is never a solution. We have to support peace.
Yes.
Everything we do. Because as we can,
but we are losing our water resources.
Very difficult.
Yes,
really.
We are losing our water resources day by day.
Yes.
And I don't know, but in the future things will change, and our needs will change, and the reasons for the war can be changed in the future. I don't know.
Yes, I can't agree with you.
What about the others, the students? What do you think?
I don't know if they are going to answer because they are busy right now.
Teacher, sorry. You
Oh,
can
yes.
load the page because mine are not seen.
I don't know why, Elena. But you had. Let's check. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Ece, do you want to add something? I can see your...
Yeah, I was gonna add to the discussion about wars for water. Yes. I was talking about this with my friends the other day. All countries tend to think peace is the only solution until they actually have a problem with other countries. So wars for water actually seem quite possible to me, unfortunately, because even though most countries say, you know, peace is the only option, the war is never the answer to everything, that policy actually changes when they want to fight a country and show how powerful they are, or when they actually want something. I don't know, world leaders tend to act like children, so that's unfortunately very plausible for me, in my opinion.
Okay. Thank you, my dear.
You are absolutely right.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I try to refresh. No, only this one.
Okay.
Are you adding your solution?
Yes. We are waiting for you.
Yes.
And then if you wish, we can end the meeting and our students can go on adding their solutions.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And we will prepare our resolution paper later on.
Okay. So I think this
Ida,
time
God bless you.
Angela will be will add. Yes. And okay.
Okay. Thank you for your contributions, dear students. It was another wonderful meeting. It's very nice to be with you and my dear colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Nida. Thank you, Dilek, Vusale. Thank you for entering, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you for hosting.
See you soon.
Okay.
Don't forget to add your solutions. Bye.
Bye, dear students. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Good night.